lambda function. And the other name of this one is anonymous function. So anonymous means no name. Okay, no name function. So I have to define a function, but I won't give name to that function. So here, previously, how did I write a function? So def I have written, followed by function name I have written. Followed by, you can supply the required number of arguments like this. Next, after completion of this, you have written the statements. So here, what did you write? You have written the function name. But right now, what I want to do, I want to prepare anonymous function. Anonymous means I won't give any name to my function. So name is nothing but def function name you are writing, but I won't write this def function name. Without writing this function name, I want to create a simple function. Such type of functions are said to be the anonymous function or lambda function. Okay. So first I will tell you one simple program. I want to find the square of a given number. Then how did you write? So def you have written, followed by square you have written, followed by you are expecting one value, that x value I have given. Next, how can I find this square? Simply I am going to print x into x I have written. So this is for printing the square. Next, to find the square of this number, just I am finding square, followed by which is value square you need to find, that you need to supply, and this value will be copies to x variable, and x square will be fine, and it will print the value. So now we will check whether it is executing or not. So here, therefore, square x value. Next, I am going to print x into x I am writing. Next, how can I find square of this one? Just I am going to invoke the function with which value you need to find, for which value you need to find square, that value you need to supply. And when I run this one, what happened? I did spell mistake, S-Q-U-A-R. Next, when I run this one, yes, I can see its result as 100. Yes, this is working fine. Now what I want to do, did I give the name for this function or not? Yes, I have given name and its name as square. But what is my job? I want to define a function without name. Then how can I write this one? So for that, so instead of writing this name, so instead of writing this name, you won't write anything. But what will you do? In this function name, you need to write a keyword, that is the lambda keyword. So lambda I am writing. Lambda I am writing. Next, as usual, that argument is available. X argument it is. Similarly, you have to put the colon. Similarly, you have to put the colon. Next, what you are doing? You are printing the x square value. So here there is no any print statement like that. What is the evaluation? Just you have to write the expression evaluation. Okay. So here expression evaluation. What is the expression you are evaluating? X into x. Just you write x into x. So if you write this type, this is called as a anonymous function, or you may call it as a lambda function. Then what will you do? You this is going to be copies to any variable. This a variable can be behaves like a lambda object. lambda object. But while preparing this one, don't give the common names. You can give any other name. I have used X variable. So I have taken this one as a variable. Now we will check whether this A is the lambda function, lambda object or not. So here, instead of writing this everything, I am going to create one variable. Next, how I am writing def square, I am going to replace with lambda. Next, that argument as it is, I am writing, followed by colon, followed by what is the expression you need to be evaluated that you need to write at this place. Yes, this is going to find x square value. Now, what I am doing, I am testing what is A. When I run this one, so what that is it showing? Class function. So can you tell me, is this A is function or not? Yes. But which type of function? Did I write any name to this function? Did I write any name to this function? No. So this function is belonging to which type of function? Unnamed function. This entire thing will be behaves like a function, but this function is unnamed function. Then how can I print the square by using this one? So here to find this one, you definitely, here the values variables which you write prefix of this colon will be considered as a argument. This x is one argument. This is expecting one argument. So how can I supply this argument? Very simple. For this A value, you have to take this as a function. For this function, you will supply the value. Next, simply I am going to print what is A of 10. Next, when I run this one, can I see 100 or? Yes, this is the simple way you can write lambda function. Are you clear? Next one, here you may ask, sir, A is a variable, this is one name. Then how can you say this is the unnamed function? This is the object I have created for this function. Directly you can use this one also. Directly you can use this one also. Let us see how this will be work. So instead of writing this way, what I am doing, I won't write any variable at this place. Next, I won't take separate statement at this place. Next, simply I am writing printer. Printer, this entire thing will be the function. For this entire function, I am going to supply one argument. Like that I am supplying, and everything I am going to be include in the parentheses. So this is one function. For this function, I am supplying argument. How do you supply argument? So previously, how did I write? A of 10. But actually, what is A? What is A? Lambda x colon x into x. So this entire thing I have enclosed in the parentheses. So is it look like a of 10 or not? Just simply what I have written, I am going to write this entire expression in the parentheses. Now I am going to execute whether it is working or not. Right? When I am running this one, yes, I can see 100. I will give 100 at this place. I can see the value 10,000. It is printing. So how did I change this named function to unnamed function? Just simply I have removed def square and I am going to replace this one with the lambda function. I hope it is clear. Next one. Sir, when it is one argument, yes, it is working fine. But could you tell me how can I supply this value dynamically? Yes, you can do like this. How can I do? So here I am going to take whose square you need to find. That n value I am taking and I am expecting integer type. So I definitely need to take value from end user. Next, I am asking which number square you need to find that you have to give. Enter an integer I am asking. Yes. Next, when I run this one, this will ask me to give an integer number. I will give that value. that value will be copies to n variable. What is the value stored in this n that I am going to supply at this place? N. Next, when I run this program, yes, is it asking me to give an integer number? Or yes, I am going to give a negative number, 15. Can you expect, will you get positive value, negative value? We will get positive value because minus into minus, it will return plus. So 15, 15 ja 225, that value we will get. Sorry, minus 15. When I hit enter, can I see 225 or? Yes, this value it has printed. So this is the way you need to create one anonymous function with one argument function. Similarly, I need another anonymous function, but I am expecting two values need to be supplied. Then how can I write? It's very simple. So I want to find sum of two numbers. Then how can I write? Therefore, first I will go for general function. Next, I am going to convert that function to anonymous function or lambda function. Therefore, followed by I want to find sum, and how many values I need to supply? Two values, which is x comma y. Next, I will put colon. Next, I am going to print the value. This value is x plus y. This value is x plus y. And here, how can I invoke this function? So sum 10 comma 20 I am writing. So this is the way generally we have written for the previous program. Now what is my job? I want to convert this named function to unnamed function. Then how can I convert this one? I am going to remove this def sum. And what is the keyword I should write in place of this one? Lambda I need to write. Yes, lambda I am writing. Next, how many values it is expecting? Two values it is expecting. So how can I write this one? X comma y. You need to separate these two using comma operator. Next, as usual, I will put colon notation. S colon notation. Next, what you are doing? X plus y you are doing. That I am going to write it here. X plus y. Next, you can copy this one to any one of the variable, and you can supply these two values using this function, this variable, and you can execute this one. Print, I want to find 10 comma 15's sum. Then how can I do? A, for this A variable, you can supply two values, 10 comma 20, and I can get the value as 30. What is the another way I can write? Instead of creating this A variable, in the same line itself, print. So this entire expression I will write in the parenthesis, lambda x comma y colon x plus y. Next, how can I supply values? Another parenthesis, 10 comma 20 I will write. This both will print sum of two numbers. But which mechanism I have used? Unnamed function I have used. Let us go for this story, and we will execute this one. Yes, so previously I have supplied these two statically. Now I will make this program to dynamic program. So how many values I should take? Two values. One is A variable and B value. These two I need to take it from end user, and both belonging to the integer type. Enter an integer. As next one, in function input, enter second integer I am asking. So this one is first integer. Next, how can I write lambda function? Lambda A colon B. So two values are not two values. X comma y you can write. You can use any way argument. It is not mandatory to match these two variables. Okay, x comma y. Next, I am going to perform x plus y. So this entire thing will be act like a anonymous function. Next, for this, what are the values I should give? Two values. The two values are A comma B. Next, what I am going to do? I am going to print the result which is given by this function. So print, and when I run this one, yes, it is asking me to enter first value. I have given 10, next 20. Is it printed 30 or? Yes, this has printed. Next one, another program with the 3 arguments. So what did we write earlier with the 3 arguments? Just we will check which is the biggest number among the 3. So I hope you remember how did we write using ternary operator that we have to use at this place. So directly I am writing this program. So I hope you remember how to write biggest of 3 numbers using ternary operator that I am going to convey you one more time. So first, how did I write? If condition, and I am going to test whether A value greater than B and A value greater than C. And if these two are true, I am going to convey A is the biggest value. Okay. So if this condition evaluates to false, else which two values again I need to test? B comma C I need to test. When you decide that this is invalid, then immediately I am going to test B comma C. How can I test? Within this block, I am going to test B comma C values. So if in case B is greater than to C, then which one I should write this left side? B. If it is true, B I will write this side. If it is false, C I will write this side. I hope you remember this one. This one we executed at the time of nested ternary operator. Now I will check this one. This is going to be used using anonymous function. So here, how can I write? Lambda is the one function which function? Anonymous function. To find the biggest of 3 number, how many variables I need? 3 variables I need. What are the values? X comma, A comma, B comma, C I am taking. Next colon. Next, as it is this expression, I am going to write at this place. Okay. Then this entire thing will be act like a anonymous function. For this anonymous function, I am going to supply 3 values. 10, 20, 30, and when I print this entire thing, I will get which one is the biggest from these 3 numbers I have supplied. Now I am going to check this one. So here, first I am going to write lambda function x comma y comma z. So how I am doing this one? First I am setting A. Sorry, x. If x is greater than y and x is greater than z. What do you test in this parenthesis? You will test either y is bigger or z is bigger. You decide y is big if in case y is greater than z. Otherwise, z is big. Did you remember this one? This one we learned at the time of nested ternary operator. Next, what can I do? I am going to copy to this big object. Now tell me, big is belonging to which type? Function type. Okay. So for this big, I am going to supply 3 values. Big, 10 comma 20 comma 30 I am giving. Next, I am going to print what is the biggest value it will return that I am printing. As when I run this one, can I see which is the biggest from these 3 numbers? Yes. Next, I will make this one as 200. As can I see 200? Yes. Sir, I don't want to make this one as variable. I want to print along with this statement only. Yes, you can do. What can I do? Simply, I am going to remove this big. Directly, I am writing this entire thing in the print statement. Next, at this location, I am going to supply these three values. So 10, 20, 30. So here I am making this first argument as 100. Now I am going to run. Yes. What happens? Lambda function, it is showing x, y, z. Did I fail to write sufficient number of this one is completed. Right. X, y, z colon minute. I will rewrite this one from begin. Lambda x comma y comma z colon. I will say x is big if x greater than y and x greater than z. Otherwise, I will go for checking y if y greater than z, else z is big. Now what happened? Lambda function is completed. Next, again, this entire thing I am going to write in the parenthesis. For this, I am going to supply three values. Next, this entire thing I am going to write in the print statement. Now I am executing this one. Can I see 30? Yes. Next, I am going to give this first argument as 100. When I run this one, yes, 100 is printing. I will change this second variable value to 30. When I run this one, it has printed 200. Next, I will change this 30 to 300. When I run this one, yes, this is printing. So did you understand how to write unnamed function? So these unnamed functions are called as a anonymous function. So is this clear? What did we learn in today's class? How to return multiple values from the function. Next one, how to write a recursive function. Next, I said how to write a anonymous function. I hope it is clear to you. And in the coming class, we will go for another concept. Right, guys? We'll meet you in the next class. Bye.